everybody, it's Lon Seidman with CTTechJunkie.com, and a lot of folks in Connecticut have been, if you pardon my pun here, shocked by their electric rates because they went from a very reasonable rate, maybe in the 7 or 8 cent per kilowatt hour range, to all of a sudden switching to a variable rate that could be as high as 25 cents per kilowatt hour, which is way more than double the standard offer rate, which is if you didn't have any rate at all. And I wanted to walk you through the process of shopping for electricity in the state because there is a lot of deceptive advertising going on out there, and it's overwhelming. You have people calling senior citizens constantly. My wife's 93-year-old grandmother gets called constantly by companies, urging her to just switch to this new electric company because they'll save her a lot of money when in fact she doesn't even use all that much electricity, and a lot of them come with some pretty restrictive termination fees and other things as well. So let me step through this process real quick with you. Now I'm going to start with a Google page here because I searched for Connecticut electric rates, and as you can see there's quite a market for search advertising related to this search term, and everyone's paying for these ads here. They want you to click on their thing, and a lot of them look like a very nice site to go compare energy rates. If we click this one here, this isn't actually a company that's out for your best interest. This is a company that gets paid if you were to switch to a company that they're offering you on their site. Same with this one. It looks very nice. You get the lighthouse here and everything, but when you actually go to compare the rates, there's only 3 companies that are listed here, and again, they get paid every time you sign up. So you want to go to a site that has your interests at heart, at least we'll try to have your interests at heart, and that's one that the state runs here called CTEnergyInfo.com. And this is run by the state, so it is they're not getting any money from you beyond your taxes that you pay on your bill for this to be supported. So the nice thing is that they do a very nice job of consolidating rates and also give you an idea of what you might save, provided you look at all the fine print. So what you'll see here, you go to this Energized Connecticut site, again, CTEnergyInfo.com. You select the company that you're with, and I'm with Connecticut Light and Power. You can also compare business rates too, which is very helpful. So if your business uses a lot of electricity, or even if it doesn't, you can see what you might be able to save on your electric generation. I should add that this doesn't account for the distribution charges that your power company charges you. So those rates are kind of fixed as far as what it costs to bring the electricity to your house. What you're paying for with the generation people is the actual electricity itself. So if we go in to look at this, right off the bat, it has us at 750 kilowatt hours a month, which is about the average home. Not my home, of course, but I'm a tech guy. But if you want to see what a senior citizen pays, I talked to my wife, and her grandmother lives in a 1,200 square foot house, and she only uses 410 kilowatt hours of electricity a month. Not a lot. So you can see that immediately our savings may not be all that great because we're just not using that much electricity. Now the fixed rate right now from Connecticut Light and Power, which is the standard offer rate, and that is something the state works to negotiate, is currently 9.235%. This rate used to be a lot higher, and now it's been very competitive, at least over the last year or two, to the point where it may not always be worth it to switch. And you're going to see in a few minutes as we step through some of these offers, it isn't always so cut and dry that you're going to save money off of this standard rate. So the first thing we see here is Viridian, and it's a fixed rate. Looks good on the surface, right? 7.89 cents per kilowatt hour. Grandma's going to save some money here, $5.51 per month just for signing up with this service. However, there's some caveats, and one of them is that this is a 6-month fixed price. So at the end of 6 months, we're going to be seeing a different rate. And if we cancel any time in that 6-month period, we're going to get hit with a $50 cancellation fee. So that, she might save $30 or $40 in that period of time, except if she cancels too quickly to switch to another provider at the end of that period, she's going to get hit with a $50 fee, and that will not only erase her savings, it'll cost her more. So there's really not a good benefit here. And the other problem is that it takes time to switch. So you can't just say at the end of 6 months, okay, I'm ready to go to the next provider. Sometimes it might take a month to switch over. And what a lot of people found is that during that month, when they went from that fixed low rate to the variable rate, it went as high as 20 cents per kilowatt hour and sometimes higher. So here, like Starion and North American Power, some of their rates now are 20 cents per kilowatt hour. It would cost my wife's grandmother $44 in just that 1 month alone while she's waiting for the next carrier to pick her up. So this is not a good savings by any stretch. So you want to be careful there as you go. So that one may not be such a great deal. Sunwave Gas and Power. Fixed through June 2014 meter read, and a cancellation fee applies. So June's coming up, not too far away. 8.312 cents per kilowatt hour, and our savings now is going down to $3.78. What they will do is and I went and looked, you have to dig through each of these things. In fact, you have to go to the sign-up page and kind of dig through everything to even see what that cancellation fee is, because unfortunately not everybody lists that with the state because they don't have to. But I dug through about 4 or 5 screens and I got to this one with them, $8.25 per month left in your term. So the cancellation fee is not as bad as some of the other ones on there, but it's still there. And again, you could get hit with that, and that might wipe out her savings or at least have her break even at the end of that point. Gulf, same thing. I'm not going to go dig through all of these things, but again, cancellation fee applies if you cancel before November of 2014, but there's nowhere to really see very easily what that cancellation charge will be. Another one here from Public Power, 8.49 cents, basically $8.5 cents per kilowatt hour. $3 savings, again, $50 early termination fee at the end of 8 months. And now we're getting close to the standard offer rate, so if the standard offer gets better, you can't even switch back to that. Direct Energy here, fixed price for 10 billing cycles. This one might be okay. No cancellation fee, which is good. But again, it's not going to save us all that much, and we then have to go through the trouble of making sure that we look at our bill at around month 8 so that we can switch in time to not get hit with the variable rate when it happens. Discount Power, $50 cancellation fee, not a good deal. Dominion's not a bad deal. I've used them off and on over the last couple of years. But even they're selling this division of their business out. And they sent me a letter, it was funny, about right when the standard offer rates went low. In fact, there was the last go around on the standard offer was lower than a lot of these electric suppliers were. The state had negotiated a pretty good deal. And when I got the letter from them saying that I'm switching to variable because my fixed rate had expired, the standard offer rate they gave me was from an earlier cycle, not the one that was currently on the state's website. So I don't know if maybe things crossed in the mail or something, but it just didn't feel right to me. But there you go. They're also a little bit more upfront about the fact that you're not going to get started until April 1st. So if you're trying to switch away from some of these other providers, you're going to be on them for at least another 2 or 3 months until April 1. So there's an issue there. And then, as you can see, as we further our way down the line here, we're still seeing some pretty bad deals with cancellation fees. And this one's 12 months at a fixed rate, except you're only going to save $1.82. So that is Connecticut's electric marketplace. And as you can see, it can be a very tumultuous place. So there's a couple of things that I would suggest. The first is, whenever you get stuff in the mail or get a phone call or have anyone trying to sell you electricity in an unsolicited or solicited way, just hang up the phone and don't even look at it. Go to that website I showed you, that's ctenergyinfo.com, which is run by the state, and do your homework. Number 2, no termination fees. Never sign up for a plan that has a termination fee. And the reason is that you're going to often need to terminate your plan with them before the end of the fixed rate period, because it can take a month or 2 to get your account switched over to the next one. So what that means is that you need to put a note in your calendar around month, if you have a 10-month plan, around month 7 or 8, to start shopping around. And you probably want to get that plan switched by month 8, because it might take a month or 2 for it to even get there. And you want to avoid falling into the trap of those variable rates going through the roof. I would also go down to the bottom of that list, see who's offering the highest rates, and don't take their low ones, because chances are when your rate expires, you're going to be moved into that much, much higher rate and not get a very good deal. The reality is there's not a lot of good choices out there for consumers, and this is not a marketplace that really has the consumer's best interests at heart. So you might just decide that standard offer is the best way to go, especially if you're not using all that much electricity. Whatever savings you might get will be washed away by all the time and aggravation you have to spend in continually monitoring what you're paying. If you're using a lot of electricity like I am, then you can certainly do well, but just make sure you get those calendar notifications set, because if you snooze, you're going to lose big time. This is Lon Seidman. Thanks for watching.